Hi, I'm Robert Nagel, and I'm here to talk about a story collection, The Second Death of E.A. Poe by Jack Matthews. Jack Matthews was an Ohio author who passed away in 2013. Aside from his novels, Matthews has published 12 story collections, 4 of which were published by my ebook press. Second Death is my favorite of the 4. It's the most accessible and fun. The stories are lighthearted and satirical. Let me mention a few. The title story is less a horror tale than a historical mystery. What if Edgar Allan Poe had faked his death? Poe's doctor tries to fit the pieces together and embark on a journey to discover the truth. Matthews has written 4 books set in 19th century America, so I was confident he would get the historical details right. Dark Machinery is a longish World War II tale in the spirit of Joseph Heller's Catch-22. It's not totally comic, but it's about a commander who is more concerned with saving his own skin than achieving military objectives. This story begins with a terrific premise: a bad football player on a terrible college football team, and builds upon the absurdities with such earnestness that by story's end, the reader is left wondering whether the social witch roles that the football players care so much about might turn out to be actually important. This story relates the fierce competitiveness between 2 rare book dealers to acquire a very rare 16th century manuscript. In fact, Jack Matthews was a legendary book collector. He once calculated that he had traveled more than 1 million miles in his car to go to various book sales around America. I wanted this collection to contain at least one story with a serious tone. The last story, The Kiss, is a real heartbreaker. It's about a group of friends who grow apart over time and how a heart attack of one of them brings them all together. It's a perfectly ordinary story about ordinary people and ordinary events, and yet it illustrates how time imbues everything with a tragic dimension. Story collections are always going to be hit and miss. An author like Jack Matthews has written many kinds of stories with a variety of styles and characters and plots and perspectives. Second Death is a good representative mix with a slight emphasis on the comical.